I'm gonna bring in my gourd on a board. I took it off the board. But anyway, that's where it was on the board. But anyway, I'm gonna cut off the top part of this pumpkin here. And I'm gonna make soup out of the rest of it. But there's obviously a squirrel or somebody getting into my gourd on a board. Okay, so I cut off the bit where the squirrels started eating it. And I'm gonna use the rest of the pumpkin to make, I'm going to use a butternut squash recipe, and Allie makes it, and it's so good. I'm going to peel it, and then I'm going to scoop out all the guts, and I'm going to put it in the crock pot. Okay, so I peeled it and chopped it. This is all the guts and the squirrel bitten part of it. That's going to go out to the chickens. Now, my friend Carol told me that she puts applesauce in her squash soup. And I have these 2 apples that have bruises on them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim them. And the bruises and the cores will go in there and the chickens will enjoy them. And I'm just going to slice them up, and instead of applesauce, I'll put them in the crock pot and they will turn into applesauce. Because it's what I have, and I'm trying very hard to be frugal. We need to be frugal these days. So what I've got in here is the pumpkin, the apples that I trimmed, a half a stick of butter, and some onion. And now I am adding some chicken stock. Oopsie. There we go. And I'm just gonna put this crock pot on the counter, and I'm gonna let it go for a few hours, and then I'm going to season it, and I'm gonna use my immersion blender. Nothing gets wasted around here. So, in this bag, enough Fauci, in this bag, there is, the pumpkin, like a bunch of apple cores. There's some peels from sweet potatoes from last night's dinner. There's all the seeds from the pumpkin. And the chickens will eat all of this, and it'll be very good for them, and nothing will get wasted. And as usual, our top girl, Feather, is the first one to eat. The pecking order is a real thing. It really is. Okay, so the vegetables have gotten soft. I think I'm steaming up my camera. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my immersion blender here, and I'm going to buzz it. I'm going to do that, and then we'll see what we got. And so I added some cream and a little more butter and some pumpkin pie spice and some pepper. And now I am going to blend this as well. Okay, this is how it came out. I'm steaming up the lens.